Hello everybody. I just finished a call with a possible client of mine, and it was really funny because I take the time to really get to know each other before we are starting. So I'm asking a lot of questions, and we are sometimes going really deep in what their artists have done until now. And this possible client was saying to me that I'm actually like his doctor, and because the first time he came to his doctor, actually he asked so many questions, and I didn't understand, is this now a joke, what is he playing at? But actually it was a compliment, saying to me that with this doctor he's now for over 2 decades, and you can see that actually you have a good doctor when this doctor is getting to know you, when he wants to understand what happened until now and what have worked for you, what illnesses did you have, and so on. And I think for many people this asking so many questions can be a little bit confusing, but I think that some artists are not really seeing the opportunity that they already are having with their own past, because in your own past you have made many experiences, positive and negative ones, and what will bring really the change for more prosperity in your artistic work is actually to expand, most likely, on the things that are already working. Why is the opportunity in the things that are already working for you? Because actually there are two reasons for this. The first one is that actually when you are moving outside of your comfort zone, you are setting out to find new clients, to get more prosperity for your art, more resources for your art. There's something in us humans that is fearing change, and this is something that's very normal. When we are changing too fast, too much, we can get overwhelmed and we are feeling uncomfortable. So actually it is important to build on what is already working for you and what is not such a outstanding change, and from this point you are like building a new, you are laying new groundwork for something new that will appear, and it's appearing step by step, so there is no overwhelm. And the second reason why you should build your career, you seek for new clients on the things that are already working, because every relationship is based on trust, and trust can only happen when you are actually doing things that feels natural to you. When you are perhaps doing something for the first time, it is feeling a little bit unnatural, you are a little bit less authentic, and this is absolutely normal. And especially when we are approaching possible clients, this lack of authenticity can become a lack of trust, and this is really dangerous for a relation that is beginning to prosper. Because when you are doing your business in the art world, it is about relation, a trusted relation. It is less about like in industry that you can actually buy a similar product from every person. No, it is a certain person with certain qualities, and you are getting in relationship with this special person, with this client, or like for the client with the special artist. So it is something that is going beyond pure logic. It has a strong human side, and this is why you should start your approach for new clients, or to start a better art career, to live a more prosperous life as an artist, on already what is working. Because what is easy so far for you of getting in contact with people, perhaps already getting in contact with clients, this is also what is making it in the future. It is much more easier to get involved with new prospects, because there's a certain experience behind it. There's a certain a good feeling about it, because it is not something that is absolute alien to you. Perhaps this kind of person you can already have dealt with, and you are feeling more naturally, and this feeling more naturally is actually very often the deal maker or the deal breaker, because getting involved with people that are really strange to you, that you feel alienated, that you are can't hardly cope with, it is making it really almost impossible to build a relation and to build up trust. And the first few meetings with your future prospects will decide about the business side, about the trust that you will build up on, and it is something that is making it really worthwhile to look into your past and to find the gems that are shining in perhaps all the negative experiences that you have made. Because once you get to know that you have the knowledge that you can cope with a certain type of people, you are also more willing to expand this type of people to perhaps different kind of personalities, and it's something that is building over times to a whole spectrum of people that you can actually work with. And then it is just then it is making it so much easier to initiate a bond, because you and perhaps the client are getting together into a relationship where everyone has some experience how to deal with certain kind of people. Of course, there are artists that are they are ultimately very professional. They're the absolute networker. They can bond with everyone. But most of the artists that I know are having their certain kind of people they can deal with. And with this kind of people, you will start your first relationships, your first business relationships. And from there, you can actually bond with more and more people, expand this group of people you are doing your business with. And the only thing that you must learn with time when you are getting new clients is actually how to transfer your experiences and your knowledge that you have built already with a certain group of clients to new kind of clients. And with time you are expanding it, but without getting overwhelmed. And this is, I think, a strategy that is helping a lot of people to become successful. It is perhaps not a success that is happening overnight, but it is a success that has an organic growth. And with time, when you have expanded the group of people you can approach as new clients, you are understanding also who is becoming your perfect client, and you are specialized perhaps of a certain type of clients. And with this kind of clients, you have no problems to build a bond, build trust, and this is making you later on very successful, because you are very efficient in building to discover and building a bond with with new clients. When they are in your special niche of people you can get very fast connected to. And this is also making it much more easier during the talks with your clients, when you understand a certain type of client out of your past, and now as an expansion that was growing organically over time, to get into the perspective of a client. Most artists are, I think many artists, me perhaps included, are very egocentric in a way. They are seeing the world from their perspective, they are seeing their art from their perspective. But to bring other people value, it is important to also be able to switch the perspective through someone else's eyes, especially when it is a client of yours, to understand how is your client perceiving your art, where is he seeing the value, perhaps something that you are not seeing the value in, he's actually seeing the value. There's one artwork, one incident that I remember. It was an art collector, I think out of Venice, as I must look it up, but actually he brought one artwork from Erwin Wormley. It was actually like a horse, but the head was sticking inside the wall of this horse. It was really a contemporary artwork, but it was something that was just dazzling. And I had the imagination that actually this artwork is actually made because as a criticism to all the rich people who are just chopping off the head of animals and sticking it into wall, and what is happening with the rest of the body. And later on, I was talking to this art collector from Venice, and he saw it from a completely different perspective that made the value for him. So he bought actually this artwork. For him, it was a horse that was jumping through a wall, like he with his businesses are always jumping through walls. As you can see, my perspective as an artist, I was not the maker of this artwork, but my perspective as a creative was a completely different to the one of a client who was willing to pay, I think, some hundred thousands or even million for this artwork. So as you see, to get into the mind of your client, to understand his perspective, can be very important. And this can only happen when you are dealing with a certain type of clients that you are connected to, that you trust, and there's a natural understanding between you and them. And then you can ask yourself, who could be the new client, because you are able to deliver on a certain base of trust, of bound certain values. And when you are becoming with time very clear about it, who are you able to build trust with, to develop a relationship with, and who also understands your values, it is making it very clear to you who is your next client. It is not something that is happening by just default or luck. It is something that you can deliberately search for, because you know some qualities, some factors that are making you perfect clients. And with this knowledge, a whole field of new clients is opening up to you, and you can actually then experience that when you know which type of clients you are getting along, which type of clients you can get in relation to, you are also becoming very magnetic to this kind of clients, because the things you are producing, your social media content, the way you are expressing yourself on exhibition and so on, this type of clients is seeing the certain values and qualities he's or she's seeking in artists. So you are becoming also, you are not only knowing the clients and what kind of clients is the right one for you, you are also becoming magnetic to them. And this is most likely the kickoff of really your prosperous life as an artist, because there's a dynamic that has developed, not only a dynamic that's giving momentum for you to get to the clients, but also the clients are automatically drawn to you, and you are just someone who is just seeking with time to bring more value, to bring more qualities that this kind of client is seeking to them, and they are seeking you out for the values and qualities they are looking after. So it's really worth to take the time to have a look back into your past, what has worked so far for you, and actually what could you imagine to expand as an experience. Perhaps don't think so much in the terms of what was my highest sold artwork. Think in the terms of trust and of the easiness how a relationship was built and it was established. And this is often a very much more better hint for your future clients than just seeking out there one time someone that you didn't like actually bought some of your artworks for such a high price. And also the same goes the same goes not only for your artworks but also for your other skills as an artist. Perhaps you are not a painter, you are a musician, and also you are doing other creative stuff. You have all the other possible values and qualities, skills and abilities that are valuable for someone else, and perhaps in the past you have been also valuable with these skills to other people. Perhaps your taste of color and the way you could decide immediately for the best art materials. These are also valuable skills and valuable qualities that are that someone is willing to pay a lot for. So think also about the other abilities, skills that you have been made that you have been able to make profit from or profit someone, and the people you have been naturally connect to sell those skills or abilities. The look in the past and to ask yourself so many questions like I was asking my clients can be a really valuable hint about your future, because most likely a big part about your future you will find in your past, and it's worth to really sit down and to analyze it. It is the same like with doctors and with health. A good doctor will really ask you a lot of questions about your past health, what you are eating and so on. He wants to understand every factor, because out of these factors he can make a projection into the future and what will actually work for you in the best way. Because even when you are the best doctor, when you don't understand the patient and his past, you cannot make the right prescription for the future. If someone has a health problem, perhaps a heart attack, and you know as a doctor, oh, this is someone that should exercise, but it is a person that has a past full of just sitting around and watching TV and eating pizza. To someone like this, to prescribe a lot of exercise would be useless. It would work out for 1 week, 2 weeks, and then this person would get back to the old patterns and perhaps have another heart attack. So if you can afford it, get of course a coach that cares about you and your past. But if you cannot, just be your own coach. Look into your past and you look what is working. Where can you build naturally relationships that are prosperous for both sides, and look to expand those relations. It is not so difficult, and perhaps you have today 5 or 10 minutes to write some things down, just ideas, just a bucket list, and with time you can prioritize it, what was working the best, where are the connections, where are the patterns, and with this you are already developing a strategy for new clients. I hope these ideas are interesting for you, and I also hope to see you in the next video. Down below you will find perhaps a link with more information that will provide you perhaps with more support. Nevertheless, I hope to see you in the next video. Until then, bye bye.